Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Last Caretaker, reporting in from the iron refinery of the Doom and Decay. Yes, don't mind the mess, I was doing some experimentations. My ship build is changing. So yeah, as you can see, like, do you see how many more batteries we have? Because I am making a loop inside the ship. You better watch my next ship build video. It is gonna be like a massive change to whatever I was doing, and it's gonna be packed with this stuff. But anyways, that's not the point. Enough marketing. We are going to talk about the general, let's say, outlook of what this machine is. Right now, let me tell you one thing. This machine probably will need to get buffed a little bit more than what it ever it is, because it's kinda not optimal to have it around. I know it is very hard, but let me tell you this. It is very hard to put something like this in the game and actually micromanage, or let's say put numbers and values on the inputs and outputs of what you give to the machine and what you get back. So I believe if Channel 37 is the guys that have been listening to the people, they will buff this thing a little bit. They should buff this. They, okay, I'm not gonna do it. They must buff it, okay? It's useless right now, because it's not worth having it. The energy consumption is too much. It's just extra noise on your ship. Kinda. But it has its own usages. Because all of our, us taker... Now my language is going. All of us caretakers have this problem right now. See this? Especially if you're at the end game. Yeah. Packed after packed after packed garbage. By the way, this is gonna get all hauled. So I'm just, yeah, don't look there. I'll show you at the end what that is. But yeah, we have that problem of surplus material. So if you don't want things, we can just delete them maybe. Oh, beautiful tree, by the way. ADHD is, D-E-C-K. And yeah, the recovered materials are not good enough right now, so based on the community feedback, I believe they will actually do some buffing on it. I hope. But these are actually the exact numbers of the materials that you're gonna get if you put anything in this machine. I'm giving values on based on 100 because it's the most countable one, so hear me out. Let's go. So for every 100 copper that I put inside this machine, it gave me 20 oil, 18 aluminium, and 55 iron. And well, for every bioorganic that this is why I did not put these, because you shouldn't be doing that to these. Bioorganic is the brown version of the seaweed. You basically get like tons of it just by killing eel. For every 50 of those, you get 15 oil and no materials aside from that. For putting 100 iron in this, you get 30 oil, 17 gold, and 47 copper. I did the experiments 3 times, by the way, on each material. I put 300 of each material just to see what the numbers actually are. And they're kind of static, let me tell you that. And we're going to the most interesting one soon, because that's where we're going at the end of this video. And then, glass is also something that we don't use that much, at least not until they put more, let's say, quality of life objects that we can actually do decorations with. So glass, for every 100 of it, I got 10 oil, 24 silicone, and 10 polyethylene, which is this fella. And from just dissolving all of those silicone and polyethylene, you get 10 more oil and 24 glass. And if you just put back those 24 glass in, you get another 2 oil. So in general, if you just mush all of the 100 glass and actually like salvage it 2 times back to back, you get like 22 oil, and that's it. Like, glass is just useless. And then for the polyethylene, you also get 10 plastic. And remember this, for every 10 plastic that you put inside this machine, you get 1 oil. Which is actually why they made this machine. Like, I think this machine was just for recycling plastic, and then they added the other things to it, so it actually is a functional machine. But I think the main idea of this was just to recycle plastic. Yeah, I think this is just a plastic recovery machine that they changed and tweaked a little bit. But this is actually now the most interesting one. Why? Because we're gonna speak about carbon fiber. Yes, for every 100 carbon fiber that you put in this machine, you get 10 oil plus 500 plastic. Yes, you heard me right. For every 100 carbon fiber, you get 500 plastic out of this. And if you grind those down as well, it will give you another 85 liters of oil. So that's a total of 95 oil. And that 95 oil actually is 43 diesel and 15 petrol. And guess what? It actually produces some plastic while you are actually doing it as well. So you get one more plastic and you have one more liter of oil at the same time there. And this is the extension of this. If you burn the petrol that you have on this machine, because this machine actually produces more carbon dioxide than the small machine, this will actually give you 84 watts of 86 watt hour energy for the same amount. Like, we are still on the carbon fiber, by the way. And 167 liter hour of carbon dioxide. When you turn all of that carbon dioxide into a carbon fiber, it is 90% of production of one carbon fiber. So yeah, this is the loop that's going to happen on my ship. By the way, I will show you my ship build again on a later date, because you know that while you're moving your ship actually does produce carbon dioxide from here, right? So one of the things that I am going to do is I am going to make a loop here that constantly, while I'm moving my ship will be feeding off of these machines. So this will produce carbon fiber. Carbon fiber will go inside of this and produce oil. Then this will produce the plastic. The plastic will drop into this. And then from this, I will get more oil. And this will all be connected, ta-da, to my secret oil camp back here. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna make more oil, we're gonna move more, we're gonna distill it. I will get oil from that process, which is natural when you move your ship. And I am also going to get more distilled stuff out of this, which will turn into plastic, which will turn into more oil. So I am going to actually recycle the oil I am using on my ship for making more oil that I am going to use for making more oil. How about that? Yeah! The amazing loop that exists is actually one of the main reasons that I have actually installed all of these. I completely removed, if you look up here. Yeah, guys, by the way, for the people who have been following the channel since day one, if you remember, I had solar panels up here since patch number 1. And finally, Drandian got rid of his solar panels up here. Yeah, those are actually going to be my energy reservoir. And yeah, in every place that I could place a battery, I placed batteries. You know why? Because they nerfed a lot of things. So from now on, you will have to watch my ship build, because this is only 20% of what's going to happen on my ship. Yeah, down the stairs is going to change drastically as well, only because this recovery grinder exists now. And because of the veils, actually the recovery grinder will allow me to stay afloat and running and doing missions and going around and checking stuff around more. And because of that, I might not even need to go anywhere else after I do this to my ship, because my ship is going to become a solo factory because of this item. Yeah. The veils, these things are actually, the recovery grinder is actually a garbage item in general, but like this machine coming out at the same time that the veil was introduced, now it is a good match. Because, for example, if the veil was there, but the recovery grinder was not there, the veil was not going to do much work. But now this combination will actually allow us to stay on the shore and do less, much less, let's say, refueling in this god-awful place that we have to visit every 10 minutes now. By the way, the distillation tower is nerfed, so it gives you a lot less diesel and oil. Recommendation, remember, like there was a always argument like which one is better, oil is better or diesel is better. Oil used to be better. Diesel gave you 20% less, let's say, fly time or marine time here. But right now, because they nerfed this thing so much because of the veil, you better turn into diesel. Yeah, that would be my recommendation. Start using diesel tanks on your ship, because oil is not going to do it for you anymore. Yeah, you're gonna be trying to go around with, let's say, electricity a lot if you try to oil this again. Unless you double or triple the number of oil tanks that we have, or you're gonna be living here basically if you're oil based. And that's it. And yeah, later I'm going to make, as I said, the video about the grinder, and this loop is actually going to be one of the main characters or characteristics of, let's say, my ship in future. So, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel so you can see my next updates, fantastic things. Yeah, and when you come back, you will not know that this place is the place that I'm going to show you, because, oh, this is the biggest change that is coming to my ship and my game in general. You do not know what I'm going to do. You cannot guess it. You cannot guess what I'm about to do to this ship. Anyways, let me know what you think about the distillation nerf, about the recovery grinder, and in general, how do you like the new patch in general? I love it. I love where this is going. This is getting interesting. This is getting very interesting because they're breadcrumbing a lot of new stuff. And on the patch review video, I will tell you guys about that and about what I think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, subs, and memberships, and supers, and everything. And if it's not time, I hope you still play babies. And if it's daytime, well, get grinding, fellas! Yay! Okay, that would have been very epic if I could just pause the video and end it